So what do you do when it's storming outside and it's Sunday? Well, you do a Sunday roast. That's what we do here at Barbecue Rockstar. Today, you guys, we're going to show you how to do a pork blade shoulder roast. Basically, it's a pork butt cut in half, but we're going to do it in a Sunday roast traditional style. Stick around. Okay, guys, so we're back here at in the kitchen here. We have browned off our pork shoulder roast, which again, guys, remember that is just a pork butt cut in half. It is bone in, as you can see right there. That's going to be your blade bone, your shoulder bone right there. Along with that, guys, I went ahead and did my prep off camera. Don't need to bore you guys with all of that, but basically we've got some bell pepper, celery, carrots, little red seed potatoes, and some onion. And what we're gonna do, guys, this is the fond that was left over from when we browned. By the way, I will tell you, I just used Lowry seasoning salt, a little bit of black pepper on there, that's all we use. And that's the fond that we have left over. We're gonna take our vegetables here, guys. We're gonna go ahead and saute them in that to lift all that fond. We'll be right back. Okay, guys, so we have started sauteing the vegetables, the aromatics for our pot roast. Now, normally, guys, you know, I would go ahead and I would do this in a crock pot because it's kind of a set it and forget it deal. And it's a good method of doing it. It's kind of a good way of doing it. You know, you put it in the crock pot, put a piece of foil over the top, put your lid on, put it on low for 6 hours. Today, guys, I think I'm going to go old school. And I'm going to do it in my 1810 stainless steel stock pot here. And I'm going to do it in the oven with the lid off. And we're going to concentrate all that juicy goodness. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to take some of our organic chicken broth here. See if I can switch hands for you here. We're going to go ahead and pour about half of this in there. Just enough to come to the top of our veg, okay? It should be close. And then what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take our tongs, same tongs we used. And by the way, guys, I needed no oil, no fats in this at all. The fat cap on the pork roast was all I needed. I started searing that first. And that created our oil enough to saute that and all these veg. Okay, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna bring this to a boil. And when we do that, it's going to loosen up all that fond at the bottom there. It's going to allow us to scrape that off, and that's going to create a really nice, dark, deep flavor from the caramelization that we got from that guy right there. So once we do that, we're going to put this guy in there, sit it right on top of those vegetables. We're going to cut up one more onion. We're going to put that on the top, and then we are going to put our pot in the oven. We're gonna let it go for 1 hour. We're gonna check it and see what it looks like. And then we may cover it with foil, we may not, depending on what kind of browning we're getting. Hopefully we can do this without a lid because we don't wanna steam it. We wanna make a reduction. We wanna concentrate all these earthy flavors into getting a darker flavor than what a crock pot can offer. Now, this is the old school French way of doing things. I used to work for a French chef as well as an Italian chef. So these are all old school techniques, old world techniques that we're gonna try to employ today. And quite honestly, we're just gonna see how it goes. Back in a minute. So here's what we've got now. We've got all of our veggies in there. We have sauteed it all down. We have gotten all the fond off of the bottom of the pan, producing a nice dark, sauce down there basically that we're going to use to cook this. We've got our onions on top of the roast as well as a little bit of more Lowry seasoning salt. Love that stuff. It's got every flavor in there you could possibly want. No wonder it's been around for 100 years. And it is McCormick's #1 seasoning by sales volume. So we're going to put this, we've got our oven preheating to 350, guys. We're gonna go ahead and put this in there. Probably gonna put a little olive oil on there to help brown it off. That's what we're trying to do, is accomplish a browning effect that you will not get in a crock pot. And again, I normally do crock pot cooking, guys. It's my favorite way to cook. It's set it and forget it. But today, being Sunday, we're just gonna do it old school. We're gonna get a little bit brown. You know what they say is brown food tastes good, and we're gonna see if that holds true. All right, guys. I'm going to put this in there. Like I said, we're going to let it go for an hour. We're going to see what we've got when we come back. Okay, guys, as promised, here is the finished product of our pork shoulder roast, Sunday roast, as we call it. So we made our gravy. We reduced it down, did a little cornstarch to thicken, got that to a boil, stirred it really vigorously. Turned it off, let it come down to temp. Our veg are down there in the bottom. You can see all the carrots and potatoes and peppers and onions. And then of course that pork roast, man, it was just, it just fell apart. Pulled the shoulder blade out, just like you would on a pork butt, clean as a whistle. And like I said, guys, here is your final product. So now it's time to get after it and see how it tastes. Thank y'all so much for watching. And again, if you're not already subscribed, hit the like and subscribe button. And if you'll hit that bell icon, you'll be notified of future videos. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a great day.